I'm gonna need all y'all niggas to be here for this one, man. This is a nice, good debate between pro and anti-college people. You know? Cause we gotta know, like, do I really want to go to college or do I really not want to go to college? See, a nigga like me, I'm in debt. So like, no.
Hey, good human.
Alright, stop making fun of my forehead, please. Please apologize.
I'm Dan Chin, director of the Jubilee-produced feature documentary, Accepted, a story.
Of course you're in debt. What's that supposed to mean? Do not apologize.
Step forward if you agree with the prompt. My parents expected me to go to college.
Why is everybody here black? Why when it comes to hey, whoa. What's good, Kicks? I seen you come on my For You page. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking over. Wait, chat. Let's talk about it. So, in Jubilee videos, majority of the cast is white. You know, when it comes to like the big major things in life, you know, the big major things that we need to hear a black voice from. But when it comes to colleges, and mostly every community college is predominantly black, they choose black people? And only one white girl? I see some. Wake up your third eye, nigga. Wake it up. Easy. Anyway, what's the question? My parents expect me to go to college. Yes, they did. Chat did. Yes.
Expected me to go to college.
The community college I went
Even though
to
my
had
dad
mostly white
didn't
kids.
go
Really?
to college himself. He, went through a little bit of like an associate's degree, but his main thing was a photographer. And then my mom, being from Jamaica, completely different education, a way of getting out of that kind of environment, poverty, things like that. She always wanted me to go to school, and they both put me in private school to better prepare me for college. So they kind of started me off on the path as soon as they could.
Growing up, I actually didn't even realize there was an option
But that's from Jamaica? Your dad's
not
white. Stop it.
attend college. I thought that part was mandatory, but you may or may not graduate. It was very important to my grandmother as well, being a college professor. And when she and my grandfather graduated from college and earned their master's degrees, they were literally able to take that to the bank as a down payment on a home. At the time, a college degree meant guaranteed income.
My dad was always the type of person to say, get your degree, I don't care what it's in. So I always felt a little bit of flexibility about what specifically I wanted to do. And that's why I kind of took community college as a time to try a lot of different things and see what I'm interested in and not break the bank. My name is Pam and I'm pro-college. The main thing that I feel like I missed out on by going to community college first was that I wasn't given the opportunity to pursue leadership roles in like clubs or things that I was a part of.
Community college is so boring. I went to community college thinking I'm about to make like mad friends, and like I'm like chilling. There's like this cafeteria spot where niggas just chilling shit. There's like the nerds over there, and It's just nerds, and that's it. There's nobody. All the tables at least seat 1 to 3 people, and nobody talks to each other. It's crazy. It's insane. My community college is silent as shit. That all them niggas do is go to class and go home. They don't want nothing to do with each other. It's insane. It's insane to me, bro. I made one friend that I never talked to ever, only because I wanted homework from him. Simple as that. I needed a friend so I could copy off homework. Simple. That's all I wanted. It was whack. I mean, like, first 2 years, yeah, like I'm doing 2 years right now. This shit's about to be so butt cheeks.
There is a bit of a stigma with transfer students.
You ain't shit.
That you're not,
Fuck 'em.
you know, you weren't there on campus long enough. I encountered a lot of people who would discuss feeling imposter syndrome or feeling like they weren't good enough to be at a school like UCLA.
Lauren, you do drugs? Lauren, do you do cocaine and marijuana?
That they couldn't do as well as the people who had been there all 4 years, and I definitely felt that feeling sometimes as well.
Can the disagreeers step
Not
forward?
yet, but I have connections now? What's the name of your connections? What's the name of your connections, Lauren? Lauren, what's the name? Lauren, what's the name? What's the name, Lauren? Nothing wrong with hitting the pipe every now and then? Diola, who gave you the pipe, Diola? Who gave you the pipe, Diola? Who gave it to you? I do cocaine, meth, perks, weed. I sniff glue and I get high off Paris, whatever that word is. Who supplied you, Jay? Jay, who supplied you? Who supplied you, Jay? I got all your asses hot. Y'all serving 25 to life. And I'm gonna do it with a smile on my face. It's Bradley? Got him. Flub's my supplier? Oh shit. Ah shit.
There was no expectation for me to go to college
Peru, they
whatsoever.
can't catch me.
So it was really my personal
jurisdiction
decision to go.
everywhere.
I saw a lot of poverty like in my community, in my neighborhood, and so how do I avoid this situation as an adult? There was no plan B for me, so it was like, you know, if I don't do it, I'm going back to my hometown and I'll be working at a factory somewhere, or I can do it and, you know, see what happens.
College's use of affirmative action is problematic.
Chat, answer this. What does this mean? Alright, I'm a valedictorian, but I'm kinda slow. What does this question mean? College use of
College's use of
affirmative action is problematic. What that mean? What that mean? What that mean? What that mean? Black people need a spot? What? That's what it means? I don't know for real? Alright, we're all slow.
Action is problematic.
How did you understand that? Then tell me, Jay! They have to have a certain number of blacks. Why say blacks? How they abuse it?
Okay. So my personal experience with affirmative action, when I went to the PWI,
PWI is predominantly white institution, the term used to describe institutions of higher learning in which whites account for 50% or greater of the student enrollment. Damn.
It was chosen
Are you not
pretty
black?
much based on affirmative action. There was a lot of heavy marketing. Hey, come to our school, come to our school.
I am.
Affirmative action can be problematic in the sense that when these students reach campus, there is no place for them.
Yeah, it's like, okay, they have clubs, they have other people that they could reach out to.
His name is
It's
Kenny.
more like once we get you in, you're on your own. You got to figure it out by yourself. And I also think it's
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Anybody with the goatee, that tiny ass goatee, shave it off, bro. Like, it is no use to you, bro.
being problematic when it comes to society.
My favorite white
'cause
streamer.
Now you're having a lot
Not
of
me, I'm
white
black.
Americans saying that the only reason this person got into the school was because of this reason.
Especially private institutions, these Ivy League schools, certain types of people attend these schools. If you don't necessarily fit their standards.
Ironic. My beard is growing and looking nice and clean, and when I go get this shave off to DR, stop it.
Again, you can be ostracized from that group. My name is Zakia, and I'm pro-college.
Your beard is
not going to college
growing.
is a privilege.
I'm young.
Depending on who you are and who you know. I feel like colleges support minorities depending on where you
Stop
are.
letting.
For me
Yo,
personally,
I'm not
from
white. I am
Baltimore,
black.
there were opportunities for
Let's go, Crispy.
minorities. Of course, it's a majority
Don't be
minority city. If I was
You could remove your beard with the lint roller. See, now when my beard fully grows, I don't want to hear nothing from none of y'all niggas at all. Don't talk about my beard. Don't say nothing.
another state that was maybe more conservative or predominantly white, I do feel like I would not have had as many opportunities.
Don't say nothing. I want to hear from y'all niggas.
Meritocracy can't exist in the same place where you have.
Oh my gosh. What does meritocracy mean? What does meritocracy mean? What does meritocracy mean? Okay, that's tell me. You know.
Meritocracy can't exist in the same place where you have.
What does meritocracy mean? Government of holding of power by people selected on the basis of their ability.
Nepotism and legacies and all of that. But there's always some sort of an action involved in getting people into universities. I personally know someone who attended classes at a certain Ivy League university with a future president. And he was a terrible student.
I am black.
Of course he got in because he was legacy and his family donated a building. So, and that's how you become president. That's America. Affirmative action is good to give people an opportunity who wouldn't otherwise have it.
I think the intention is good, and you can't speak to intention when the system looks the way it does.
We also have to factor in the aspect of finances and money and schools making money. And when we're talking about intention, yes, there might be one professor that's like, oh, I'm so glad you're here. But that doesn't speak for the entire university. That doesn't speak for the board.
Chad, what's the longest school year you have to like attend school for? Like what profession? Like if you want to go into medical, is that the longest? Is medical school like the longest college course?
Intention to give us minorities an opportunity, or is the intention to not hear complaints?
To boost their numbers, boost their diversity levels.
Well, I actually think about it differently. I think affirmative action, definitely works against nepotism, and I feel like if it were no affirmative action, a lot of black students wouldn't be able to go to PWIs. And so I agree that, once you get there, there is a difficulty being a student of color on a predominantly white institution. With that position, it also was the other side that would say that same thing. They would say, we won't let you in because you won't be a good fit here, because you won't fit the culture. And that's the way that they would use to bar people from being able to go. And so, I won't say like it's better for them to turn.
This nigga's fit taste is insane to me. He's wearing overalls, pink shirt, camo pink, and black shoes.
To bar people from being able to go. And so, I won't say like it's better for them to turn us away because they don't have the resources. Like, let me get there and let me figure that out for myself versus you telling me that I won't be a good fit there. And that's what affirmative action allows. And I also will say like white women benefit from affirmative action more than any other minority group. It's not necessarily about, students of color specifically being allowed on campus. It's about, minorities being allowed.
A degree doesn't qualify you for most jobs.
It doesn't, right? And then they pass a law where you don't need a degree to get a job no more.
We're seeing the world currently go in terms of the job market is a lot of employers are hiring for experience.
Yes,
They're hiring to see, do you know what you're talking about? And that's where I think internships really come into play. And that's why a lot of college students are going for internships.
I'm not doing an internship. I'm never doing an internship. Pay me. Just pay me. Pay me up front. Give me advances.
No employer is going to turn you down if you're like, hey, I have all of this experience, or hey, I know how to do exactly what you're hiring for, but I didn't.
You love overalls because you're white?
Having that listed as a qualification and a requirement kind of is like a gatekeeping thing more so than who's going to perform the best on the job. I'm Michelle, and I'm anti-college.
Obama?
I became anti-college when I graduated high school valedictorian, and I realized that continuing on with college
apprenticeship
would be a death sentence. My godmother actually gave.
So interns don't get paid, but you have to pay to be an intern?
Me a book called The Education of Millionaires, and she hadn't read the book in advance, so she kind of thought it was going to encourage me to invest in college. But what the book actually did was.
Really? John Edwards have Secret Service? What about John McCain, Mitt Romney?
Probably not.
Yeah. You know why? You're a coon. You're a nigger. Running for president of the United States. So yeah, there's a little difference between you and those other candidates, Barack.
I could be president of the United States. Can you find it in yourself to be a little excited for me?
Excuse me if I can't share in the excitement of my husband potentially being shot.
That's actually interesting. I gotta watch this because I seen a clip. I seen like a picture of her, and I just never watched the show.
Explain the stories of a lot of people who became millionaires without a formal education.
Her face is strong. That was crazy.
Most companies don't take the time to like read.
Yeah, her eyebrows
through a machine. If you talk the talk and know certain people to jimmy your way in there, you don't really need the qualifications to do the job. People who have the qualifications don't get the job.
I've been job hunting over the last couple months. I started like a spreadsheet where I was putting how many of them are asking for X amount of years of experience. Almost all of them were college degree needed. I still even got like maybe 3 or 4 for every 40 that I applied to.
I'm originally from Miami, and I used to work for the county, and I used to work for social events. And now that I've moved here, it's really hard for me to transition towards the same field because I tell people, hey, look, I used to run football tournaments. I used to host food drives. But because I don't have a degree in marketing or in event coordination, people, like you said, when I put on Indeed, they say, hey, you need a
So
degree.
niggas that love learning, why? Okay, I understand niggas will love learning, but you want to pay and be in debt just to love to learn, bro? Like, just read a book, you know? Like, search it up on Google.
To get in, but because I don't have that degree,
like
I'm
me?
not even allowed in the door. My name is Kenny, and I'm pro-college. Going to college is really important to me because I've had a long line of family members who have been educators. My mom, who passed away from cancer, was a teacher, and when she came to this country, the only dream that she had for me was to go to college. In the early stages of me going to school, it felt like a very hard burden to carry. The fact that I don't know what I want to do when I go to school, but I just have to do it because it's somebody else's wishes. But eventually, when I started growing up and realizing that I have my own.
Okay, what the hell are you doing here? A voice demands. I sit on a mattress in one of the hallways. I came here to do something, but I lost my train of thought when I arrived, so I just sat down instead. I look up Lynn, who I first met when I stomped on my. I look up Lynn, who I first met when she stomped on my toes in Hancock Building elevator. Stands over me with raised eyebrows. Her hair is growing out. It's still short, but I can't see her something anymore. Like, see? Like, I'm smarter after reading that whole prompt.
Reason for going to college, and I, on top of that as well, can fulfill my mom's dream was something that really kind of pushed me towards wanting to continue my education and going to school.
All student loan debt should be forgiven.
Yes. 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 Why are the niggas not sitting down?
It's crazy to me that you go for 4 years and you are paying off hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and you might actually meet all of the payments and you still have like double to pay. A really popular payment plan that
isn't there interest?
Seeing, Purdue
Don't they
University
take interest?
started doing this. It's called income share agreements. So instead of paying for
income share, oh God, income share agreement, a financial structure in which an individual organization provides something of value, often a fixed amount of money to a recipient who in exchange agrees to pay back a percentage of their income for a fixed numbers of years. I gotta hear these two niggas talk. Please let them talk.
Your degree up front, if college actually helps you land that job, you start to pay a small percentage of your salary over the span of a few years. And after 5, 6, 7 years, whatever percentage you pay, great. If not, and you're not making a lot of money, then like the college actually failed you in helping you get that career that it was supposed to in the first place.
I like that. It puts accountability on the institution where it should be.
Absolutely.
Not the borrower.
It's very easy to be like, well, in like the Nordic countries, you pay $5 and you get your
Cause
degree.
listen. So right, it's like them niggas is rich as fuck, right? Them niggas is extremely rich. Every single college is rich. Them niggas. What's the most expensive? Let's look at Harvard. Harvard tuition. Harvard tuition is $54,000. Okay. How many students are in Harvard? There is 5,000 students, okay? So you got $54,000. $54,000 times 5,200 students. And that equals $280K. So it's like you got $280K every single year, every single semester. So $280K per semester is no, it's 280 million. It's $1 million times 2. That is $60 million, right? $560 million. All this money going into computer labs, food, classes, teachers, you know? But all that money is stocked away. That majority of this money is stocked away. All you need is at least 10% of this money. And then all the rest of that money is just lurking in the shadows. You could give the money back to these niggas. But no, you don't want to give the money back to these niggas. They gotta pay more money. So it could be more. It could be more. And it becomes $1 million, then $1 billion, then gazillion. You know? It's crazy. It's like, wow. Insane.
Like,
I hope I educated y'all.
It's easy, but it's different here, and it has been, and it will be unless some big change happens. But I don't know what that is. I don't know how do we address the millennials who went through college and have racked up billions in debt, and how do we change it to make it better for our future generations too?
And I really think it should be canceled just because of the pretenses in which the loans were actually given out.
I hope I educated y'all. You know, I'm glad to be y'all teacher.
You know, giving thousands of dollars to someone with no credit score.
The president of my
and so,
school
you know, when they
selfish
get those
with the money.
loans and they don't really understand,
Where does he
like,
put the money
interest
to?
is racking up, and then 6 months after you graduate, and whether you have a job or not, you're gonna have to start paying them back.
Talk.
Why, y'all? What's going on?
Terrible drip.
My disagreement is in the way that it's handled. There's this particular scam
Parents from the
which
60s?
is
She looks like
widespread. People have gotten caught up in other scams, and those are not just immediately forgiven. I do understand that it's kind of like it's a different situation because of how much pressure was placed upon you getting into this scam, even governmental pressure as well, which is why, you know, they bear some responsibility in it.
I was a victim of one of these scams. I took a few loans out, and then my last year, I didn't have enough, and so I took a $5K loan, and that one was the worst one. Like, what held me back from stepping forward was the word all. Some people might have taken out that loan, gone to college, and now they're making tons of money that they can afford to pay it back.
No,
if
fuck that.
Capable of contributing, then why wouldn't they? I'm Daniel, and I'm anti-college. I took a lot of different classes while I was in art school, and I gained, I guess, a wider set of skills than my other brother did. The thing that felt unfair to me was that it cost the same for us to go through college, yet I got a better return on my schooling than he did. And he still has to pay the same amount that I was having to pay. If someone's unsure of their career path,
overalls
is it
are
worth
crazy.
them going hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt when they don't know what they're going to do with their life?
College campuses are radicalizing young people.
Oh my freaking gosh, Chad, what does radicalizing mean? Cause to adopt radical positions. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I hesitated at first because I was interpreting that as the universities influencing people, but I don't think that's the case. I think people who might have certain beliefs are going to college and spreading it to their peers. So in that regard, I would say college campuses are contributing to that.
When you see a headline and you see that a college is pursuing this or it's agreeing with this, I feel like it has a lot more damage towards the story, as if the school is promoting this type of behavior. And I feel like because they notice that a lot of people are getting a lot of attention for those specific schools, it's like, okay, let's give them more incentive to do it, because it's helping our name get out there.
If you're not, you know, in these spaces where you're hearing a lot of arguments from every side, it's easy to be like, well, that doesn't apply to me.
College campuses like trying to like pull more young people into the campuses so they can pay for it?
So why would I care? I think for me, at least being in a college environment, I was forced to see these things and more exposed than I would have been if I hadn't gone.
When I heard the word radical, I like paused it for a second because I think it has like a negative connotation.
Because I don't know what it means. I would have been standing up because I didn't know what it means.
Just in the media, and so I feel like when you hear people say radical anything, you're like, you know, like, okay, that sounds like something bad. I feel like it's really the education, like they're learning more about the society and about the history of the government in America, and so that does sometimes make you angry and makes you want to speak out and, you know, become an activist for a certain topic or position.
In my mind, though, it's no different than what algorithms are perpetuating on social media right now. You know, if you're on Twitter, you're going to be following people that are within your space, and you're going to be seeing that content. And I think that's actually playing more of a role in radicalizing and doing more in the political space than what we're actually seeing at college campuses.
Black. What?
Me personally, I grew up in a conservative Christian household. Growing up in those environments, I feel like radicalization, it really starts at home. It starts with what your parents tell you about
religion or
people.
politics.
I think that
so like the college campuses be like, oh, don't believe in this or some shit.
When we get to college, we're in more of a free space to voice these opinions, and even on social media,
That got a square ass head. That nigga got a square ass head from a clearance ass head. Jesus Christ. Golly. What's his name? Squarehead kid, yo, Clarence was goated though. It really was goated. But this nigga's head is. Oh wow. It is speaking to me, man. It is insane. His head is crazy. Wow. Wow.
There's also a level of anonymity, so people feel more comfortable sharing certain viewpoints. I feel like these things start at home and they're just pushed more to the forefront.
Lil Uzi needs to pay for my college. Yo, I will hunt Lil Uzi down just to say that.
Prioritize making money over providing.
Yes, exactly, yes.
Quality.
Even though I don't even care about learning, I'm just gonna say, oh yes, oh fuck.
Education.
Oh, we all agree. How nice.
As someone who works at a college, it's a business first, and I see that firsthand. You know, I think it really does come down to the bottom line for a lot of institutions in terms of them making money. And so they will make certain decisions in terms of, you know, what will allow us to make more money, what makes us look better as an institute versus, you know, necessarily the care of the student being the primary concern.
The teachers that I had at community college were no better or worse than the ones at UCLA. Sometimes better. They were nice.
Community college teachers get paid, bro. They get paid.
They were more approachable, smaller class size, more classes available in community college. When I got to UCLA, I thought, like, there's one class and it's only at 5 p.m. Are you kidding me? Like,
wait, it was actually $1 back then?
How am I supposed to make a schedule about that? So I kind of realized
my teacher was rolling out in a fucking Camaro.
a lot of things when I got to UCLA that, like, this is not exactly what I thought it would be.
The college that I graduated from, they had a heavy focus on freshmen.
I'm not paying for your college
loans. It was all
loans.
about freshmen. Bring in more freshmen because the graduation rate is already so low. Freshmen bring in money, freshmen are there the whole year, and then if they stay, they stay. If they
could have got it in the military.
They were changing all of the dorm buildings to freshman dorms so that only freshmen have housing.
He doesn't work.
And
He's not a vet. Dorms too.
Oh!
For the tens of thousands of dollars they're paying.
Terrible. Yes.
What is that?
Yo, my friend goes to Fitchburg, and they had like roaches. The water don't work. Their water is brown. That shit's disgusting. So it's most definitely a yes on this question.
Does that make sense?
Also, when you look at public institutions and you see the salaries, 90% of the time you're going to see that the highest paid person is a college coach. You know, and that'll show you where the actual money is going to, and it's like millions of dollars more than every other person that works at the institute. My name is KC. I am pro-college. College was an opportunity for me, definitely, with the ability to lift me out of poverty. I grew up in a single-parent household.
Water is a brown dummy? Exactly. Their water was.
And so I think that just the ability to go to college and earn a degree set me up for higher paying jobs and the ability to pay my mom's bill as well as be a better person in my community.
The college acceptance system is rigged.
I don't really know. I applied to colleges, but I just never cared. I never really looked at the...
I went to one of these events that the school that I was really strong about, just to learn more about the admission process. And my mom ran into one of these acquaintances she met from like back in the day, and he had put all of his children through the school. And one of the things he told us was that
Lauren, what school you go to? Shit, I'm about to sign up.
To get in so that their acceptance rate looks like, 8%. But for transfers, it's much higher. Like, that's the way into, I would argue, most of these schools if you don't have the proper grades, or maybe you can't afford it that year.
There's back doors, and
crazy. Just hearing that, I'm assuming there are more back doors.
My dream college when I was in high school was I really wanted to go to Georgia Tech. I started my college admissions process in West Virginia, and going and visiting.
So, can we actually say that I go to Harvard? Because honestly, let's really talk about it. So, my high school and my train station is in between Harvard. So, I walk through Harvard all the time. All the time. I walk through Harvard all the time. I've been to Harvard ever since I was in the 5th grade. So, we can technically say that I'm a Harvard student.
Counselor on Georgia Tech.
I went to Harvard for 4 years. I don't care what anybody says. I'm a Harvard student. I am now a Harvard student. I'm a Harvard student. Yep.
Tech's campus, they were like,
I don't care.
this is what you need to do, these are what you need to hit, this is how many APs you need to have. My junior year, my parents moved us to Tennessee. And I ended up applying to Georgia Tech from Tennessee, and
I'm a Harvard student.
I got denied, and I was heartbroken because I had met all of the stats that she had told me to meet. I ended up calling my admissions counselor at Georgia Tech because I developed a relationship with her, and I remember crying with her in the car and just being like, "What happened?" And
I can't pay for a wedding at Chick-fil-A, bro. Stop.
From West Virginia,
come on, man.
From your school, you would have gotten in. My name is Mehek. And I'm anti-college. When I first entered college, I thought that you had to have a college degree to be successful and to start your own business. And I met a bunch of people that had dropped.
And what's crazy now is like over the years with like money, it's gone really like easier. Like the youngest person with the most amount of money right now is the Ryan Playtoy guy. Back then, little kids could not get that much money, but now it's crazy. Like JoJo Siwa, when she made a Lamborghini out of her face and shit, like it's really like getting younger and younger. It's crazy. Like if I was old, I would have been so mad.
Out of college that were between the ages of 18 and 23. That was eye-opening to me because there were people that had raised millions of dollars to start their own companies and they didn't have that college background. My mom has her master's, my dad is a doctor. So for me to turn around and say, hey, I actually don't even think I need 4 years of college, I think I can actually just go out and do things on my own, it was a big cultural shock for them.
I think about college as like what we said in terms of being a business, and I feel like all businesses are rigged to make as much money as they possibly can. The institute makes more money when students are out of state and paying out of state tuition.
How old is she?
Knowing
like
what
20,
we know
right?
about college acceptance,
Crazy.
what would you all want to see? Like, there's no way that every person that wants to go to a particular college can go. So it's like they have to find some way to weed people out.
I think there needs to be more transparency overall with universities. Students really need to be like aware of like what they're going to college to do, who they are looking to learn from. I think will be beneficial. Can they learn from them once they get there? I'm Kyle, and
she's 16.
If I could do it all over again,
like how she's 16? She's been 16 for 18 years. What the fuck? She's 19. What the fuck? Well,
not to go to college because there have been several benchmarks
19.
that I can think of where I've progressed creatively that have happened outside of the classroom. The girl that has the weirdest voice, it's just low. Experience or things that I have learned from people working in the industry or lessons that I have
tired of seeing young people win in life, honestly. If you young and rich, suck my fucking dick.
More or less was not taught in the classes that I thought.
They getting money, bro. You can't hate.
We should stop telling kids
yes,
that they should all go to college.
Yes, 1000% yes.
Yeah, I think some kids,
brainwashed,
if they are really, really excelling in the school, then yeah, that you want to encourage that one. But you know, you'll always have that kid that just has no idea what
they want to do,
and that person shouldn't be pressured to go. Shouldn't even be encouraged to go. They need to just figure out something. But
or if their skills are not conducive
to like
a normal degree, like go to trade school, learn a trade, and you'll make money. You know?
I think that we need to switch away from telling every single kid that you need to go to school. More like, hey, look, if you don't want to go to school, here are some other options.
Yeah, definitely like more career focused, more profession focused. Like especially in like some of our cases when we're expected to go to college and people don't care.
I could
like
put a toy car in
a little bit of a red flag because you really need to
wrap
be
it up like
about
a present.
You make.
And put
college
on the
is no
tree.
longer an indicator of future success. With the internet, with just all of this access to knowledge, you can create your own future outside of college. And I think it's really good for helping you move into career paths where like doctor, lawyer, where like you do need a higher education. I think other than that, I think it's a lot cheaper and it makes a lot more sense for people to find a trade school or to go to their local community college and just get the skills that they need to so that way they can start working.
I was going to say, I definitely don't think that college is for everyone, but I think that most of the time when we hear conversations of people saying you should go to college, it's usually from people who did not go to college. It's like generic advice in terms of
I hate that
you
shit.
should do something with your life.
Fuck them niggas. Honestly, bro. it be the niggas that don't go to college to say go to college. Like, what the fuck? Like, fuck you. You go to college. You go to college. Nigga told me you go to college. Let's go to college together. Let's both learn. Like, what the fuck?
That's really what they're trying to tell you, and they just use college because I do think it is still an indicator of success. Like I know you said it's not.
You need college?
Statistically,
Shut up, nigga. You graduated and you have not signed up for one college
high school graduate
campus yet.
Discussion.
Crazy. Crispy, what college are you going to? What college are you going to, Crispy? What college are you going to? Tell me now. I dropped it in Discord? Alright, bet. Oh. Oh. Sorry. You know, it's crazy. No?